Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 vs Z Flip 7 Ultimate 2023 Comparison. Price, features and more. Are you considering diving into the world of cutting-edge technology with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 or the Z Flip 7? You might be surprised to discover how the latest foldable phone from Samsung offers a surprisingly familiar experience, making an impressive case for itself in a landscape where folding devices have often seemed more gimmick than substance. The Galaxy Z Fold 7, priced at a hefty $2,000, emerges from Samsung's seventh generation of foldable phones, a segment that has struggled to gain traction among the everyday user. However, this latest iteration stands out, as it is not only thinner and lighter than any of its predecessors, but also represents a significant step forward with fewer compromises in design and functionality. It's fascinating that, despite the complex engineering processes involved in producing a foldable smartphone, the Z Fold 7 feels much like a standard mobile device. This is no small feat. It reflects Samsung's dedication to overcoming the obstacles that previously plagued foldable technology. While there are some areas where the Z Fold 7 might not fully satisfy the most passionate tech enthusiasts, these shortcomings are unlikely to affect the average user negatively. The improvements made could lead to a shift in perceptions, helping more individuals feel that foldable phones fit seamlessly into their lives rather than being merely novelties. But here's where it gets controversial. Could a full shift to foldable phones signal the end for traditional smartphones? And are there trade-offs that users are willing to overlook for the sake of innovation? Join the conversation and let me know your thoughts. Do you believe the advantages of the Galaxy Z Fold 7 outweigh its potential drawbacks? Or does it still feel like uncharted territory? Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7, thinnest foldables ever. 2025. Imagine a world where your powerful, immersive smartphone folds to fit neatly in your pocket, so thin and refined, it almost feels unreal. Welcome to the era of Samsung's latest foldables, where innovation meets elegance. But here's where it gets controversial. Have Samsung's newest designs truly addressed the trade-offs between sleek form and everyday durability? Let's pull back the curtain on the features that are setting the tech world abuzz, and see why people can't stop debating them. Breaking boundaries, the rise of ultra-thin foldables. Since Samsung made headlines in 2019 by launching the first foldable phone, they've chased one ambitious goal: delivering a big screen experience in a device anyone can easily carry. After years of fine-tuning and thousands of engineering tweaks, Samsung is once again redefining the industry standard for foldable smartphones. The all-new Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 are not just slimmer and lighter than ever, they are packed with cutting-edge innovations designed to put a premium device right in your hand and pocket. Unmatched pocket friendliness. Let's start with the Galaxy Z Flip 7. It's impressively slim, just 6.5 mm thick when open and only 13.7 mm when folded. How did Samsung manage this feat? It's thanks to a next-generation, ultra-compact circuit board that squeezes every bit of space, so nothing is wasted. Plus, a new battery innovation boosts capacity by 300 mAh while actually reducing overall thickness. It's a marvel of efficiency. Then there's the Galaxy Z Fold 7, a device that measures nearly half the thickness of Samsung's original Fold, shrinking down to just 8.9 mm closed or 4.2 mm open. Imagine all that technology compacted by 48%, with a wider, brighter display and a new 21:9 aspect ratio that feels instantly familiar for one-handed use. This merge of portability and comfort is changing how we think about foldable phones. But here's the part most people overlook. Is thinner always better, or is something lost along the way? Game-changing hinge technology. The hinge may sound like a small detail, but in the world of foldables, it's everything. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 introduces Samsung's third-generation Armor Flex hinge, now 27% slimmer, and shedding 43% of its previous weight. The innovation here is multi-layered. Key rotating and supporting pieces have been miniaturized for a form factor that's smaller yet still strong. They've switched to new alloys, improving yield strength by over 14%, which means the hinge is tougher against the wear and tear of constant folding. Samsung has split the hinge rotating and support functions, making the phone more structurally sound and giving designers more room to experiment in the future. And with a new wingplate mechanism, screens now open wider and flatter, reducing creasing for an even more polished look. Meanwhile, the Z Flip 7's hinge takes things even further. It's shrunk nearly 29% from last year's model while continuing to support the versatile flex mode and the tough, daily use fans expect. And here's something to spark debate. Can slimmer hinges match the durability of their thicker predecessors? Displays, lighter, thinner, and torqued for toughness. The quest to make phones slimmer often means compromising display strength. Not so with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, which features a display reimagined for both resilience and portability. The display thickness has dropped by over 39%, the result of re-engineering the internal layers and incorporating breakthrough materials. Instead of carbon fiber, a titanium-based lattice delivers a stunning 64% boost in endurance. The panel layers have been specially crafted to better absorb shocks, so your phone doesn't flex under pressure. Even the ultra-thin glass, UTG, is now 50% thicker than in last year's Z Fold 6, ensuring the crease is less noticeable and the touch experience is smoother. Over on the Flip 7, Samsung retains its unmistakable design, but ramps up the wow factor. The new edge-to-edge infinity cover display extends directly to the edge. There's no black notch, just pure content. The hidden camera is strategically placed in the corner for clean, balanced visuals. And check this, the display bezel now measures just 1.25 mm, slashing 68% off last year's thickness to make the Flip 7 the world's thinnest bezel on a foldable device. Pro cameras in ultra-slim housings. Samsung's push for sleekness hasn't come at the cost of camera muscle. The Fold 7 introduces the market's first 200MP wide-angle camera in a foldable, made possible by a revolutionary thin actuator and total hardware rethink. The module is now 18% smaller, and it passed through almost 30,000 simulations to guarantee the thinnest possible camera without sacrificing image quality. Likewise, the Xperia Z Flip 7's camera has been fully re-engineered for top-tier imaging in a tiny package. A compact new autofocus actuator ensures crisp shots, while overall camera thickness is pared down. But here's a hot topic. With so many parts shrunk, can these ultra-slim cameras really compete with bulkier flagship models? Stronger materials, lighter devices. Slim doesn't mean fragile. Samsung has reinforced the Galaxy Z Fold 7 with upgraded, resilient materials. The cover screen features Corning Gorilla Glass Ceramic 21, which is 30% stronger than last year's glass. The frame and hinge get a boost from advanced armor aluminum, a material that's 10% tougher than anything found in the Fold 6, although this new frame doesn't include the volume and power buttons, SIM tray, or camera barrel. Now, here's the crux of the debate. With all these advances, has Samsung truly solved the age-old puzzle of balancing thinness, durability, and performance? Final thoughts, the foldable renaissance. At the end of the day, every layer, hinge, and camera component inside the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 was meticulously crafted for one purpose: to deliver a foldable smartphone so refined it feels as effortless and reliable as any premium slab phone. But what do you think? Has Samsung delivered on its promise, or do you still have doubts about long-term durability? Are lighter, thinner designs truly what users want, Or are they a trade-off too far? We want to hear your opinions, critiques, and boldest takes in the comments. This is, after all, the new frontier of smartphone innovation, and maybe even a battleground for the future of mobile design.